Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jasmine. Welcome back to my channel. You might also know me as Bubbles on Ice because that's what I'm called on my Tumblr account. You can find me here on YouTube, you can find me on Tumblr, and you can also find me on Patreon. All of my account infos are in my bio, so feel free to check them out. Here on YouTube, I usually post general celebrity tarot readings, but on my Patreon account, I do a little bit more. I offer personal readings as well as master classes in learning how to read the tarot, both basics and advanced. I also occasionally do extensive and exclusive readings for celebrities only for my paid members. Sometimes I also post different zodiac readings, twin flame readings, manifestation techniques, and so on and so on. So give it a check if you have time and if you have possibility. As for my YouTube channel, if you like my content, I hope that you will consider to give me a subscribe because I do frequently readings on demand from my followers. Today we are actually going to do a reading for Paul Mescal. I hope that I'm pronouncing his name correctly. As you might already hear, I am not a native English speaker, so I want to just apologize beforehand for any mistakes when it comes to pronunciation or grammar errors. I try to do my best, and I think most people understand what I'm trying to say. But if it is a problem, there is always a possibility to turn on this transcription underneath each and every video, and you can actually read the reading in text. So let's move on to this reading of Paul Mescal. This is a requested reading from my followers on Tumblr. It is going to be a general reading. We're going to tap into his energy and just to see how he is doing currently, and also maybe snook a little bit around when it comes to his love life and see if there's anything worth knowing. Oh, I was trying to decorate with some rose petals here. Maybe it is a bad idea because when I shuffle my cards, they're going to be blown everywhere. For you newcomers, I just want to tell you that I use both tarot cards and oracle cards in most of my readings. Now the first card is saying that it is time for Paul to emerge. It is time for him to actually show his authentic self. It is time for him to really show what he is good for. It's not that he hasn't done that before, but he needs to do it more than he has been doing. Because there are a lot of competition out there. There are a lot of people doing the exact same thing as him. And there are actually a few quite good actors nowadays, same age as him, and doing the exact same thing. So they are actually competing with each other. So for him to maintain his status, he needs to be on top. He needs to always be on top and doing his best. So if there's something that has been holding him back, or talents that he has not been showing, he should really do that now, because he needs to be he needs to actually show off his talents and really make people open their eyes to see what he is capable of, because he has a lot of talents. I feel like he's not only good when it comes to acting. I think he has multiple talents, both when it comes to music and also when it comes to being very sporty, being very outdoorsy, and a very athletic type. So he has many possibilities when it comes to roles, when it comes to choosing projects, because he doesn't necessarily have to do only one type of acting, one type of roles. He has many talents. He can sing, and he can and he has the physique to play action heroes, but he has also the softer side, which allows him to play softer roles, maybe in romantic comedy and so on and so on. So his possibilities are very various. He can pick and choose from many projects. Actually, I'm going to take this one here. Yeah, he is the type that likes to be outdoorsy. He is very he's very mindful when it comes to being outdoors and getting fresh air, being surrounded by nature, being, you know, one with nature. He likes hiking, he likes picnics, he likes, you know, feeling his barefoot in the grass. So he doesn't like the smog in a big city. Actually, he's not a city boy. He is more like a country type of guy. He would rather live somewhere a little bit outside of the main city than right in the middle of the city. I don't know whether he does that now, because he does have a job that maybe restricts him to be you know, near different facilities, but if it was up to him completely, if he doesn't have to take any if he doesn't have to think about his work or anyone else, he would actually choose to live somewhere very close to nature. And he's the type of person that is very easygoing, and he is very carefree in a lot of ways. He doesn't carry his burdens with him for a very long time. He is very mindful when it comes to not letting things burden him, not letting things be difficult for a very long time. So he always tries to sort his issues out rather than carrying problems with him everywhere. He's the type that thinks that if I can't do anything with this, then I'll just leave it as it is. Something is telling me that he just started anew with something. I don't know very much about Paul, to be honest. I never followed him in anything, but something is telling me that he has recently started anew in some areas in his life. I don't know if this is whether he has done something new career-wise, or he has maybe had a new beginning when it comes to his romantic life. But he has started a new chapter. He has started a new era. Something is new has been brought into his life. Oh dear. Looks like he has had some troubles, some issues in his life that has, for a very long time, exhausted him. He has been, he wasn't in the best headspace for a very long time. He was having some trouble with his thoughts, his mind. It was hard for him to think positive. There was a time when he was really depressive about something that has really hurt him, and this is the past, and he has really been burnt out because of this situation. And he looked back many times upon this situation specifically, and couldn't move on. So he, in a period of time, he was stagnated. He definitely carried a lot of burden with him. He was really troublesome for a long period of time. Something was really bothering him. Something was really messing him up for the longest time. But he has come to the conclusion that there are a lot of fishes in the sea. He will go on. He's going to be okay. He's got to leave his burdens behind. He wants to start anew. He doesn't want to be stagnated anymore. He doesn't want to bring his burden with him further in his life. And people judges him. You know, he noticed that as a public figure, people is always judging his actions. He doesn't like that a lot. He feels that there are a lot of people following every step that he makes, and everything that he says, everything that he does is being analyzed, and he really doesn't like that. He feels really, he feel judged, and he feel watched, he feel observed all the time, and that part of being an actor is something that he really doesn't like very much. I'm sorry guys if there are a lot of noises in my video right now, because this is during the day and I have some construction workers right outside my house. I hope that the noise is not going to disturb this video very much. Okay, a lot of cards popped out here. The cards has a lot to say when it comes to Paul, seems like. Now Paul is he is very mindful when it comes to money, when it comes to his finances. He is not the one to waste money on things that he doesn't need. So he takes very good care of his finances. He is very mindful what he uses his money for. He hasn't had the best of luck when it comes to love. It seems like something has just ended for him. Some kind of a connection went wrong. There was supposed to be some kind of a celebration. There was supposed to be some kind of union, but that did not happen. In fact, it looks like that this connection has been disrupted. And I think that is connected to all the burdens that he has been feeling for a period of time. Yeah, he is very responsible when it comes to money, when it comes to his finances. He likes to have a certain control. He likes to set up budgets for his expenses. He doesn't take things easily when it comes to money. Yeah, he really was heartbroken. He was really heartbroken, and he was hurt from this disconnection with this certain person. And there has been a really chaotic experience for him. There were a lot of drama, there were a lot of devastation, there were a lot of destruction, And he also felt that he has wasted a lot of money in this connection. Maybe that is why he is so mindful of his finances now. I feel like that maybe he also wasted a lot of money on this person. This person took a lot of not just his feelings and emotions and self-esteem with them, but they actually took a lot of money. I'm not saying that person took his money, but he probably wasted quite a lot of money on that person. Yeah, there was supposed to be some kind of celebration. As I tell you, I don't know anything about Paul. I don't know, was he about to be engaged or about to be married or something? Maybe he had a long-term relationship of some kind, and that was and that did not happen, because that was supposed to be some kind of a celebration. It was supposed to be some kind of a union, but that did not happen. Oh. Yeah, for the longest time he was in some kind of a hermit mode. He was soul searching. He was asking himself a lot of questions. Why did this happen? He was trying to find some kind of meaning behind everything that has happened to him. It was hard, it was difficult for him, and he was really trying to overcome this particular breakup. Seems like the person that he broke up from really had a lot of feelings for him too. So it wasn't easy for her either. So I don't know what the reason was for the breakup, but they really cared about each other. They really had a strong relationship, but something happened that disrupted this relationship. Maybe we can find out what that was. What was the issue? Someone needed space, and they felt that they were just hurting each other. Something was damaged, and they were both hurting from it. I should have expressed myself better. Maybe he hasn't been good at expressing himself. Maybe he has been holding back his feelings while the other person needed confirmation, needed reassurance from him, but he wasn't really able to give them that. So he was holding back his feelings. He was holding back, and he wasn't good at expressing himself. But this is telling me that they have some unfinished business. So they still have things that they want to resolve and discuss. They are not completely done with the discussion. They haven't had a proper closure. They are still thinking. They are still keeping this space and distance between them. But things are unfinished. They still have things they want to resolve, and they still have things that they want to discuss. They want to have a proper closure, maybe for each other's sanity. Let's find out what more is going on for Paul. anything more to know about him? Come on, cards. There we go. Yeah, there has definitely been a conflict. There has been a conflict, and it was hard on him, and probably for his partner as well. And he at the time, and also an advice from the cards was for him to walk away from this conflict. It was the best solution for both of them, because it was causing them damage, both of them, and it was something that disrupted him as a person in general as well. He was really carrying a lot of burden from that. It was really bothering him. So he had to, in order to keep his own sanity, in order to be able to function, he had to walk away from this conflict. And when he did, he kind of awoken, and he experienced, it's like that he had this wondrous time of exploration all of a sudden with both romance and creativity. He awoken from something, and I think he might have had a period of time where he maybe started being more exploring when it comes to romance, and when it comes to projects. He became much more creative. He became much more into his career and work. He started to do a lot more for himself. He started to take more care of himself, and he also started dating a little bit, just exploring, just having a good time. You know, nothing serious, but just exploring the world, exploring his opportunities. Yeah, and he's being more mindful as to not sweat the small stuff, because he used to be more irritable when it comes to small things. Because when he was with this person, maybe he was carrying so much burden, things were bothering him so much that he was a bit depressive, and also he was like, his mood was up and down all the time. So a lot of the times he would like sweat the small stuff. He would get irritated. He would be angry for small things. But he doesn't do that anymore. He's much more peaceful with himself right now. Yeah, and the card is also advising him to dare to be happy, because I think he has been a little bit burnt from this situation here. He got a little bit scared to invest in another human being. He has been a little bit, he's been holding back as to keeping his emotions to himself, because he's afraid of getting hurt. He is afraid to involve himself with someone else in case that it won't work out. So he has been a little bit emotional, unavailable. It is hard to it is hard for people to come into a deeper relationship with him. He is at the time just having small, very not serious romances here and there. There is like, he doesn't want to invest in anyone because he's too afraid. He is scared. Yeah, and again, we have this Nine of Swords reversed. We got it before as well. It is about inner turmoil. It is about fears. It is about releasing worries, reaching out. So he has really had a time where things were really not working well for him. He really has been very depressive. Still has a lot of fears when it comes to bonding with someone else. There is a deep fear in him as to reaching out to other people. He is afraid to hope. He is afraid to be optimistic. He is also, because of all that he has experienced, he is very confused, and he feels that the world is very brutal. He feels that everything is just chaos. He's frustrated, and he keeps rethinking and rethinking and rethinking things. It is hard for him to let go. So his judgment is a little bit cluttered. He needs more inner clarity. He needs to release these fears. He needs to dare to be happy again. He needs to actually try to forgive and forget and try to start anew with, clean slate, and just try to be hopeful again. But he is very he is a daydreamer, and he's always searching for purpose, and he's always he's always trying to manifest things. He is trying to wish for things. This card is about wishful thinking. So he there are a lot of things that he wants, but he just doesn't feel like that he deserves them. In a sort of way, he doesn't feel like he deserves them. So he is not being successful because he is being too pessimistic when it comes to his wishes and hopes. So he needs to release that. He needs to see the opportunities. He needs to actually create moments for himself. He needs to create opportunities for himself. This card is about having lack of confidence and lack of recognition. He's disappointed, and he feels that he has failed in his private, when it comes to his private life. So I think this is about, he is very successful when it comes to his career, but he needs to be even more out there to show what he's good for. He needs to actually show off all the talents that he have. He needs to not hold back on any circumstances, because the competition is really hard out there. To be able to stay on top, he needs to actually do his best and show his best sides at all times. And when it comes to his private life, he needs to let go of this old relationship, if there was one. But the cards are indicating that there was a connection that has really deeply hurt him in some kind of way, and also led him into a quite deep depression. He is still struggling from it, and I think if he can achieve any kind of closure, that will give him peace, and he will be able to move on, but it will take time. So at the moment, he's struggling with his emotions, his own emotions. He's very unavailable when it comes to things that has to deal with romance and love. He's not ready for anything new. So everything that he is doing right now are just casual dating, if you can even call them casual dating. I think we are talking about mostly one-night stands and just dates that doesn't really turn into anything. So what he really needs to do is to work on himself. He needs to take care of himself first and foremost. He needs to, yeah, he needs to practice self-love, and he needs to put things behind him, because he won't be able to start anew until he has closed the last chapter in his life. Yeah, so this is what the cards are telling me. I hope that someone will comment and let me know whether I'm on the right path or I'm completely off, because I really don't know anything about Paul Mescal, so but I would like to learn. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope to see you back at my channel for another reading again, and maybe we will do a further reading later on in a few weeks, just to see if things has gotten a bit better for Paul. Bye bye for now.